Hi guys, I'm Gene here with FireSprint. I am here with Mark, our shop floor manager. He handles maintenance and things like that, keeping the building upright. And so we wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we do for humidifying the air. If you know anything about digital printing, you know that static is the enemy, especially here in January. It gets cold and dry outside here in Nebraska, and so we have to do things to humidify the air. Now, there's a lot of options out there on the market. We found all kinds of things. We've got about a 13,500 square foot room that we're in. And so to humidify this room, especially over by the printers, was anywhere from $25,000 to $35,000 plus installation with a plumber and everything else. So we just bought this building about a year ago, and we were looking for ways that we could save some money on the budget, maybe push those things down the road a little bit. And so we opted to get a porta-cool or a swamp cooler. We've got this unit here. I think it's the 30-inch wide fan somewhere in there. We can actually get you a link down in the description exactly what it is. And we run this, we've been running this for almost a year now, and we've learned a lot. We wanted to share kind of some of those insights with you and how we use this to humidify the system. So getting this thing set up, it does have a float inside, so it'll automatically fill itself with water. We just had our plumber run a line up above, and then we got a really high quality heavy duty hose which supplies the porta-cool with water continuously. We've got it set up on a timer. I'm going to kind of let Mark talk about how we run it and then how we dealt with the save that for last. These things get really stinky over time. They really start to smell, and it causes a real problem. It can either make the whole place smell like a real swamp or a pool if you put too much chlorine or anything like that in there. But we found a way to solve all that without the use of any chemicals, and it works really brilliantly. And we'll share that with you at the end.
So if some of you don't know what this swamp cooler actually is or does, it's basically a big reservoir of water down here. I think it holds 50 gallons. And what it is there's a sump pump in there. And that pump pumps water up to the top here when there's a bunch of sprayers, which then comes down on top of these cardboard pads. And then what happens is there's a big fan on the other side, and it's gonna suck the air through these pads, which are like big filters basically, and it's just gonna blow that humid air back out the other side.
And so those pads need to be replaced from time to time. How often are we replacing those pads?
We just replaced in December.
So maybe a couple times a year?
They're still pretty clean though.
2 times a year maybe for us?
Yeah, we're trying for 2 times a year.
Yeah.
Hopefully they
And how much were they? They were less than $200?
We got
these,
the
pads, right?
Yeah, they were less than $200
yeah.
the pads. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we keep track of it with this little filter replacement sticker I put over here. We keep track of the maintenance, like when I empty it and clean it, which usually involves scrubbing and all that other stuff. So we keep track of that. We've added this wet floor sign here because sometimes you will get water out here on the floor, and this is more convenient. You just grab this, stick it on the floor.
So we come over here to the side of the machine. These are kind of the inputs over here where we put electricity and water into the machine, which is kind of scary in a moment. But anyway, Mark, can you explain what we've got going on here? I know there's power coming in. Yep. What do we have on the end of there?
We've got a timer so that during our morning meetings, this will shut off if it's running. So
it does get pretty loud.
It gets pretty loud. It can be kind of annoying when you're in the middle of the meeting and it turns on. So we've added that.
Okay. So that's really simple. That's just plugged in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
okay.
it's almost like a Christmas light timer. Basically, is what it is. You
okay.
can set it to shut off at a certain time of the day or turn off.
And then here, what is this guy?
This is basically like our humidity controller. So rather than have this thing run all day long, it knows what the humidity is, and we've got it set on 45 right now. But basically, it's going to turn on and it's going to run until it gets up to 45 again. And then it's going to just shut off automatically.
So it's not continuously running, not continuously wasting power, those kinds of things. This is measuring the humidity right up here, right?
Yeah, there's a little sensor which we've clipped on so we can just take it off whenever we need to take this and drain it and do cleaning. Everything can just be taken off and we can push it to where we need to push it.
And so I know, okay, so we've got this hose. This comes from the setup the plumber got us set up. we're using a really high quality hose there because we don't. If this does, we really don't want this to burst. Right? That'd
No.
be dangerous.
No.
What's this guy down here? Can you guys see that?
This is a
This filter down here.
RV water filter, basically. It'll help keep like hard water and stuff out of the unit, which will then absorb into the pads, which are basically just like big cardboard filters. But the hard water deposits will accumulate on those, and then you have to replace it more often.
Okay.
So we've
that
tried to
helps with
eliminate
that.
some of that by using that.
And then we talked about at the very end of the video here, we're going to explain what we do about the smell.
The smell, okay.
Yeah. How did we solve that?
Originally we were trying all kinds of stuff like the humidifier, the bacteriostatic, I think is what it's called. We've tried
Different chemicals.
just
are poured
adding
in
a
there,
little
right?
bleach and
Yeah.
chlorine.
Yep.
But none of that was really working.
Yeah.
You're still getting that smell every once in a while.
Yeah,
Usually like within a week it would smell
It
again.
smells like a bad sauna. Or
Yeah.
if you put enough chlorine to make that go away, enough bleach in there, then it smells like a pool.
Yep.
Right, like a bad pool.
Yep. It smelled
Okay.
like somebody had
So we
like
have
an
a
indoor pool.
chemical-free way.
Yep.
How is that?
So what we did was we added basically a 55-gallon aquarium UV pump. So it's got a UV light in it, and so then it would pumps the water through. It's basically killing all that bacteria and algae and stuff with the
So it just,
the UV
it
light.
just circulates water around a really kind of an intense UV light,
Yep.
and that's enough to just kill everything
Yep,
in the
and
water.
It's been going for a couple weeks now, and we haven't had any
No smell, nothing,
whatsoever.
no chemical either.
No,
That's really
no chemicals
awesome.
at all.
That worked really
the
well.
water's still clear.
Yeah, and
So-
that's like from a pet supply store. I think we ordered that one on Amazon.
Amazon, same
this-
place we
this
got this
guy here?
from, which is right there, that
Amazon?
IHC
Yep. They
plug
make
and play
those-
humidity controller, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you found this helpful. Again, as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. My email is gene@firesprint.com if you want to ask something very specific. Otherwise, check us out at firesprint.com for all your trade-only printing needs.